So the story goes as, in a realm beyond the reach of mortal eyes, where ancient trees stretched their twisted limbs skyward, and mist wove itself like silk among the branches, there lay the hidden kingdom of Rymira. This was no ordinary kingdom. Rymira was a land bound by magic, where rivers sang, and the very air shimmered with enchantment. The kingdom was veiled from ordinary sight, guarded by the whispering woods, a forest with a mind and will of its own. The ruler of this realm was a queen, but not of any humankind. Queen Eira was an elven monarch, her hair spun like moonlight, and eyes as deep as forest pools. She was loved by her people for her kindness and wisdom, but it was said her heart bore a secret sorrow, locked away for centuries. No one dared ask her about it, for the mystery shone in her eyes whenever the dusk gathered, and the stars began their nightly dance. One autumn evening, when the sun dipped low and painted the sky in hues of crimson and gold, a stranger arrived at the edge of the whispering woods. This stranger was no ordinary traveler, but a warrior from a distant land, a mortal, with skin kissed by the sun and a sword strapped to his back. His name was Kalen, and he carried a burden of his own. His sister had fallen victim to a dark curse cast by an unknown sorcerer, and in a dream, a voice had whispered to him of Rymira, a place where he might find the cure he sought. The woods stirred as he approached, the leaves whispering warnings that brushed against his face. Yet he stepped forward, his resolve unwavering. With each step he took, the forest shifted around him, narrowing paths and deepening shadows. But Kalen was determined. He felt the pull of something deep within him, a promise of salvation and perhaps destiny. At last, after what seemed like an eternity, he broke through the dense foliage and found himself before the gates of Rymira. The city was a marvel of beauty and mystery, with towers that gleamed under the twilight and streets lit by floating orbs of light. Kalen, awestruck yet resolute, made his way to the palace, his heart heavy with the hope and fear of what lay ahead. Queen Eira was awaiting him, as if she had known of his arrival before he set foot in her realm. Her gaze held his as he approached her throne, her eyes narrowing as though searching his soul. She listened in silence as he told his tale, of the curse upon his sister and his journey to find the elusive cure. When he finished, Eira rose from her throne. "I know of the curse you speak," she said, her voice as soft as the night breeze, yet heavy with age-old pain. "It is the work of a dark sorcerer, one whose magic is as ancient as my own. But there is a way, a cure hidden deep within the wellspring of shadows. Only one who is pure of heart can reach it, but the journey is perilous, and none have returned." Without hesitation, Kalen knelt before her. "I will do whatever it takes." The queen studied him for a moment, and then, with a whisper of enchantment, a glowing path appeared at his feet. She told him, "Follow this path. But beware. The shadows will test you, reveal your fears, and twist your thoughts. Only the truest heart will prevail." Thus, Kalen set out once more, descending into the depths of the enchanted woods. The forest grew darker and colder with each step, but he pressed on, his sister's face clear in his mind. Shadows slithered from tree to tree, whispering his doubts, trying to ensnare his spirit. Memories of failure and loss clouded his vision, but he steeled himself against the illusions. Remembering the love that had driven him this far, at last, he found the wellspring of shadows, a still dark pool hidden in the heart of the forest. As he leaned over the waters, they began to swirl, revealing visions of his past, his regrets, his fears. For a moment he hesitated, but then he thought of his sister, her laughter, her kindness, and he reached into the waters, allowing his heart to guide him. In that moment, The shadows dissolved, revealing a vial filled with a radiant silver liquid. The cure. Triumph surged through Kalen as he carefully stowed the vial and made his way back to Rymira. Queen Eira awaited him, her gaze soft and knowing. As he presented the cure, she bestowed a blessing upon him, for she saw that he was indeed one of the rare few whose heart had withstood the call of the shadows. With the cure in hand, Kalen returned home, his sister's life saved by his courage and love. And though he was but a mortal, the tale of his journey to Rymira became a legend whispered across the realms, a reminder that sometimes, even in a world of magic, it is the strength of the heart that matters most.